Hey folks, I hope everybody can hear us out there okay. We are attempting to do something for hopefully very helpful for everyone. I know, I know.
I am like so over this, and we haven't even started the show yet, but this is going to be exciting because the point of views that we're going to be able to share with you guys to answer all the questions about what does a guest see on Zoom when they're in a Zoom hangout with one other person, the host. And he says, we can hear you. Awesome. Thank you for that, Andrew. Also, we have Phil Boyer in the house as well. So thanks, guys, for joining. All right. So what our intention is to answer a whole lot of questions that we've seen out there about what is my student looking at when I'm trying to teach them? What is my guest seeing when they're on an iPad? How do they get to speaker view or gallery view when they're on their cell phone? We're going to answer all those questions, boy, I hope, today without giving anything out there in the world that's going to be too scary to have anybody photobomb our Zoom hangout. So, I mean, we've got it so like awesome lockdown, Michael. You know how Michael is. So this is going to be great. Here we go.
We'll see.
Are you ready? I should have asked if you're ready first. Okay.
One thing to keep in mind throughout this too, we're going to pause and stop and tell you about what the next thing we're going to do and all that kind of stuff. So this is actually something that you can say. Let's say you don't have an iPad, but you have a mobile phone, or you're accessing from a Chromebook, or you're doing something like that. The only thing that we do not have, neither one of us, is an iPhone. So we can't give you an example of that one, but hopefully there's enough stuff out there. Can't wait to see what order they do by device or by number of people. There you go. I don't have anything Apple. There you go.
All right. Well, hang on, Richard. Just hang on, Richard. We'll have something for you. Look at this. Goodness. I just had my photobomb picture queued up. Love it. That's awesome, Gil. All right. So this is going to be good. I think if you're ready, let's, like you were saying, we're going to start with the iPad because it was the most complicated to get set up. So it's all set up and ready to go. But then we are going to move on to other devices and other things. So stick around through the whole thing. And then if you're watching this on the replay, we're going to have timestamps. We're going to have places so you can go straight to the one that you are after. What's it like when this happens? So, and last comment before we get into the iPad, Mia Voss is here. Hey, girl. Glad you made it. All right. Are you ready?
I hope I am.
Okay, let's see. Yes. Okay, good. All right. So you'll notice, first of all, this red box up at the top, that's to hide our meeting link. So you're going to see that on there. That is not what a guest sees. That's just strictly for the purposes of this particular demonstration. So, all right. So this is an iPad interface. You'll notice we have a guest. That's me on the left with the host. That's Michael there. I'm going to do what is called tap the screen. If for those of you who don't have an iPad, we have to tap the screen in order to activate things and to get things to, you see that drop down as it moves and then it disappears. So I'm going to have to tap it again in order to make it so you can see those controls. So this is one of those things, how you use a screen, touch screen on something like an iPad. So let's start over here on the left-hand side. You see a white circle. I'm going to have to tap it again so you can see that white circle that Michael's showing you. It says right now, switch.
Remember bleed. Remember bleed.
Yeah. Yeah. So it says switch to active speaker. Before I tap it with my finger, I'm going to explain to you guys it's going to do that weird bleed thing that it does and echo the screen. We'll get out of it real quick. So I'm just going to tap it. It does that. And then we're going to tap it again to go back to gallery view. So this is what we call gallery view. We know we're in gallery view because the instruction up here says switch to active speaker. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to tap it again and you'll see right above that are red words that say leave meeting. That's what I would tap if I wanted to actually leave the meeting. We're not going to do that right now. We'll stick around. And then let's move over to the right-hand side, the opposite side of that big red box that is hiding our meeting numbers very successfully, by the way. Thank you, Michael. And there is join audio. You see, I'm going to just keep tapping it so you can see that. But join audio, that's basically saying that right now my audio is not in use. which would be horrible for our ecosystem. So we don't
That's
want
on purpose. That's on
Yeah.
purpose.
So then we also have right next to that is a red microphone with the slash through it, showing that it is muted my camera. So I'm going to go ahead and tap that and then show you what happens. And I'll tap it again, and there went my video. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next item. Every time I have to drag that activity bar has to come back down. That's happening because I'm tapping my screen to make that active. So the next one is share content. Now here's where things get really good. Michael, can you move the host off of the screen for just a second?
The host off of the screen. Let me see if I can.
I mean, that means you. Can you just move off the screen for just a second, please?
No. All right. Hold on. I got too many buttons.
I know.
You know
all right, so the good news is,
hold on. I'm gonna do it.
That's fine. I know you're going to do it. While you're doing that, I'm talking. Okay, so so the good news is I no longer have to keep tapping the screen because this drop-down menu is actually holding the active buttons open for me. So that's kind of a good thing. So there's a list of all the things we can share. All the content we can share is screen, photos, iCloud Drive, Box, Dropbox, Google Drive, Microsoft OneDrive, website URL, bookmark, and whiteboard. All of these different things that you can do are not necessarily available on a phone, not necessarily available on a desktop. This is for iPad, screen share, or in this case, they call it share content. Okay, so let's move over to the next icon, which is our participants to the right of that. I'm just going to tap on that. And now you'll see the list of current participants. That's me, the iPad, and the host. And you see when you can see that those icons there are showing you that my camera is muted. I don't have a microphone attached. I have not turned it on. And then you'll see that Tinkering with Tech, the host, you see all of those things listed, has a microphone and a camera that are grayed out.
Yep, I did that on purpose though, so we don't drive you nuts. But you can see right there, see how it's. I don't know if you can see that it's pretty far away, but it's green and it's bouncing, so you can actually hear my sound. But I do have the video off. You're right.
Okay, so then down at the bottom left of this button here, or this pop-up box here, is chat.
Yep. Okay, hold on. Chat. There you go. And I want to clarify because Chef is out there. Hey, yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Streaming from an iPad. There you go. And
so just so you know, Chef, yep, we are doing guest view only today.
Exactly. I was just going to clarify that.
Thank you. I know you were going to say some other things, but I'm going to stop you and say we are doing guest view only today.
Yes.
All right.
Amen. No, I was just going to emphasize that too. So we should show you the chat. And then there's invite. Okay, so go ahead.
Yes. So now when I hit the chat, it's going to pop up with another box. And you can see that this is where down here at the bottom, I can actually type in my message. If we had any messages, they would be then listed just like a chat box. And that's how that works. I can change right here where he's pointing. I can change to everyone or just to a specific guest. That's one way to do it.
Yep.
You'll notice that I can
go ahead. Since there's only two of us right now, that's why you can individualize. That's why only two of us are showing, because it's only two in here right now.
Right, but if we had a whole list of people, in here, then when I tapped on your Tinkering with Tech name there down at the bottom and show it again, send to, I'm tapping with my finger, you can't see that part, then it would have a list of all the participants listed here that I could actually send to. Okay, I'm going to hit cancel in the upper left-hand corner. And now I'm going to hit close in the upper left corner as well. Okay, now I want you to also see that if in this box, the white box that is showing right now, I'm going to actually tap with my finger. I'm going to tap on Tinkering with, it's actually Tinkering W ... You see that? I'm going to tap that with my finger, and it actually brings up a chat to him specifically. So it's an easier way to do it. right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then we could invite people to this, and this is the box that pops up. You can send a message, invite contacts, copy the URL, and you could do all that stuff. I'm not going to do any of that stuff because we don't want to invite anyone here. So I'm going to hit cancel. All right, and then up to the right of participants is 3 dots with the word more. Can barely see it, but there's that red box showing you exactly what I'm talking about. I'm going to tap that with my finger on the screen. Now you're going to see these are the non-verbal feedback to the host. I want to make sure that, yeah, go ahead.
I just want to highlight that and answer Chef. Chef, is this on YouTube also? Yes, I'm streaming to Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook all at once. So,
all right, and thank you everyone who's joined us live. We're just 100%. Doing some I just want to share this with everybody so everybody understands exactly what we're up to. We are talking about Zoom guest view by specific device. Right now, we're talking about the iPad if you've just joined us. All right, so right here where the box is highlighting are all the nonverbal feedback that goes directly to the host. These items are seen by the host and not by any of the guests. I'm saying that because I don't want you to think that you're answering yes or raising your hand to someone else in the meeting. You're actually doing that to someone, namely the host.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so I did that without talking what I was doing. So you see there's a box around my raise hand. Do you see that? Yeah. So that means I've raised my hand. Now what we can't see on screen, because I think I had you move it too far, Michael, is the...
Oh, I see.
Is it?
Okay. No,
is it? Okay.
Hold on. Let me move it up. There.
Of course. Oh, there we go. There we go. So there's a tiny little blue hand down at the bottom. And what I would like is, this is visible to me as the guest. I have raised my hand and I can see on my iPad this little blue hand is raised. No other guests in here, if we had more people in here, could see this. Only the host can see. And if Michael, thank you.
I'm going to lower her hand. I have the ability. Remember, we're not talking from the host side. We're talking from the guest side. So I'm going to
keep your eyes on that red box, everybody, and see when the host lowers my hand, it disappears. So there we go. Okay, I also have the ability to clear feedback, chat, meeting settings, minimize meeting, virtual background. I can do all those things right here.
So you can do a virtual background on an iPad?
Wow. All right. Well, we'll talk about features and things that each device actually has in a whole nother video. We just wanted to let you know what a guest sees, right?
Yep.
Okay. So the last thing on this button, because I want you to see it, is the more with 3 dots there. I want you to see that there's the ability. It just opened up this second layer of nonverbal feedback, which is thumbs up, thumbs down, clapping, coffee, and I've stepped away, or a clock, or whatever the heck that thing means.
Exactly.
Okay. Is that good?
Yep, that's it. What do you think?
All right. The only thing that's left in this whole deal is leave a meeting. So should I do that, or we're just going to switch to another device?
Actually, we can just switch to another device, but this is where you would click that, right?
Yeah, it's off screen where you're pointing, but yes, it is right above that white circle that they can't see on screen right there. So yes.
They can't see it. Okay. So that's where it is. And we showed you that earlier.
We did. We showed you that right away. So I am going to switch over to this while we are going to get the next device prepared, right? So I can go ahead and get out with my iPad, or should it leave in? Or did we want to show more guests? We forgot that part.
Let's do that real quick, huh? Okay, let me
Okay, apologies, everybody. All right.
This is what it looks like on an iPad when more than one person is in. So that's what we're going to do right now.
Wow. I'm like looking at my checklist to make sure we showed everything. Okay. Whee.
go.
Okay, so
One.
there's a guest. It basically, as we add guests, I think you're going to add a couple of guests, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. They just move over. It just is very similar to what it looks like on a desktop, which we will be talking again. So this is a guest view of what it looks like on an iPad when there are more than two people in there. Dear Myrtle is saying guest to guest chat. Would you like us to show that again?
Yeah,
Oh, she's saying she's saying she disabled guest to guest chat because we've had a person pressure individuals. Oh, well, that's terrible. So it's so cool the all the things that you can do as a host. But anyway, we'll do that on another show.
All right. I'm going to go do the background stuff while you're going through that stuff. I think that's everything that we wanted to cover. Is that right, Heather? I think you have your list right there. Right?
I think so. I'm looking at the list and I don't see anything else that we put on our list that we needed to share of what a guest sees.
If we miss something, what we'll do is we might do an edited video of this as well, or breakdown of this. I might break them down into individual ones later someday. So just so you folks know that might be the case here. Okay.
Perfect.
All right. So let me start to do my magic.
Okay. So I'm just going to talk with the audience for just a second while Michael is preparing the next device. So hopefully you guys can still hear me and everything is fine like that. I want to make sure.
Heather, go ahead and from Team Viewer, get off of that so I can get on with another device.
Yes. How the heck do I do that? Okay. Well, let's figure that one out. Okay. I know how to do it. Stop. Did I do it?
I did it.
Yep. Looky there, Ma. No hands.
That's
okay.
Right. That didn't hurt a bit.
Didn't even hurt a bit. All right. So what I'm going to do is go through the comments here while I was doing that and not at all watching the comments. Let's see. Lots of cool options. Exactly, Mert. Exactly. Might I inquire if this is a paid for Zoom account or free? All of the guests are in a free account, right?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that right, Michael? I think so. Yeah. So what we are using is a paid for Zoom account as the host, but the guests are free. They're just in there as guests. So let's see. Okay, let's see.
Don't go to my window. I mean, it's just
no.
double
I promise you, I'm not going to nothing for you yet until you tell me it's ready, because we don't want anything to come up on screen that shouldn't be up on screen. So Rich asked a question. Can you put that into night mode? That's so funny, Richard. I know, dark mode. Yeah. I don't think so. I think that on Zoom, I don't think there is a dark mode for any of the pop-ups, the drop downs, any of that stuff. I don't think there's any of that. I think, let's see. Oh, here's a good one from Andrew. When we were talking about the individual chat to individuals, so like if you're going to send a private message to someone who's in your Zoom, and you click on their name to send them that, like I was showing there with the iPad, you could actually send the wrong message to the wrong person. That could be very faux pas, right? Yeah. All right. Let's see. What else do we got here? Let's see. All right. I think you guys don't have anything else to share with me. Oh, well, we have this to share. This is not going to come up on screen, you guys, but I'm going to put it up on this screen because Dear Mert gave $4.99. So thank you very much for that. That's an awesome super chat. Look, there's no thing on the screen, so I'll just do it for them.
There you go. Oh, there it comes. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we can't hear it either, so that was all for you all. Okay. Sorry, you get the discount super chats tonight. Discount super chats. Right. Michael's having a little bit of trouble getting it, and it's all my fault because
why?
Well, because I made you move the iPad screen, so now it's a lot harder for you to set it up, so it's all my fault.
And it's totally bleed this time. I don't know why we have it.
You have it on
Maybe
speaker on. You need to put it on gallery mode.
maybe.
This is kind of cool because from where I am right here, I can see everything on the iPad that he's working on. It's kind of neat. And you probably want to kick out the other two people, don't you?
Oh yeah, let's do that. Thank you.
Yeah, I think you do. I think you do. So you're getting some
iPad,
love from Chef Michael. Yeah, iPad can go to the waiting room.
Okay.
And
Sherry's tablet in the waiting room. Got it.
No, Sherry's tablet needs to stay, doesn't it? Isn't that what you're utilizing?
No. Oh, the tablet. Yes. I swear to God. Sometimes I'm
this is really complicated. Everything that we're doing, we're trying desperately to not show you the meeting link or meeting number and password because those things are actually visible on the screen of your iPad, your tablet, your cell phone. So we're actually having to manipulate the screen so what we show you up on screen isn't going to create a major problem for us with the Zoom bombers. And maybe you've heard of that. Maybe you haven't. Maybe it's the first time you're hearing about that kind of thing. You want to be very careful and protective of your Zoom numbers, your meeting numbers, and your passwords. You don't want to spread those out willy-nilly. So.
Oh my Lord. This is incredible.
Watching, and it's a good reception for me, Heather. Awesome. Good to hear that, Jules. Hey, Mike made it. We are not letting these machines win today, Mike. We are not. Absolutely not. A backstage view of a meeting in progress. Kind of. It's like we are, I don't know, we're trying to do a live version of a help video, and we're also trying to not get ourselves in trouble here. So let's see. Mark says, I just bought a Fire 7 tablet for Mom. Can I run Zoom from it? Please say yes. I don't know the answer for that particular device, but we are going to be showing you how it looks for the guest, the view of the guest on a Samsung tablet. I don't know what version it is. It's a Samsung tablet, and that's coming up next shortly.
Hopefully.
So this is the just letting you guys know what we're talking about today. We're Zoom guest view by device. We're just preparing the next device. And I'm trying to use these cards as a way for Michael to have a place where the next number can be. It looks like you're getting it. Yeah, like when we do the time stamping for everybody. Okay.
I think I got it now. I think I'm good.
All right. If you think you're good, I'm going to switch over.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I think so. We're about to find out. Anyway.
Okay. My heart was pounding. I think we're good.
So first off, what happens is you see the red square in the top, like she explained earlier, right? And basically that's this red square. That's not going to be on there on your device. Okay. Just so you know, that's so we can cover up the password and the Zoom meeting ID so nobody gets in here and bombs us. Okay. So, let me, I'm going to switch real quick. I'm going to do this a couple of times just to reassure, because I don't want anything else happening or somebody else. I don't hit something by accident. So the next thing we're going to do on the device, if you look on this device, you can see 3 dots at the bottom. Okay. I don't know if you can see those 3 dots. I'm going to go to those so you can. 1, 2, 3, right? The middle one is actually the one that I'm in right now. Basically, this is, what do we call this one? This one is gallery view, or is this?
This one would be single view.
Single view. So this is what you're going to, whoever's talking usually comes up here. Keep in mind Heather's mic, so that's why she's not coming up on screen. But this is what would be if somebody's watching. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, on my device, take my finger and I'm going to move it this way. Now, hold on. Let me put an arrow. Move it this way. So when I do that on screen, what it's going to do, it's going to mute. You're going to see it come up. I'm going to let you see what it does. There you go. Tap to speak. I think you can still hear me.
Yep, we can still hear you. Yes.
Okay. So if you notice, then down here, that dot moved over here. That's the identifier on a tablet to let you know that your mic is muted. So I'm going to slide back, and all I did was I slid back this way this time. See what I'm doing? I'm just sliding back and forth.
So you're using your finger to drag on the glass of the device, correct?
Right, exactly.
Okay.
So now I'm back in the middle. You can see I'm in the middle. I'm going to slide to the right for gallery view. This is two people being shown. Keep in mind the bleed. We were talking about that before. Now you can see this is Sherry's tablet, and this is Tinkering with Tech, the two people that are inside here. Okay. And notice here, this lets you know which screen you're on. You're in gallery view right now. There's no identifier that says, hey, this is gallery view. You just know by sliding screens where you're going and where the dots take you, etc.
Okay, I want to clarify something. Mert said single view is actually speaker view. That is correct. That is correct. It is speaker view. So whomever is speaking should pop up on the front screen.
Like Heather did. Remember when she showed these over here, we had the possibility of doing the join audio. And again, the headset is turned off. You can see the little icon down at the bottom. It shows with the green arrow, join with audio, and we have it turned off on purpose. Okay, on purpose. Then you have start video. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, so you're actually having to tap the screen in order to bring those icons up. I want to make sure that's clear, because if anybody's using a tablet, those icons disappear after a second or two, like that. And so you have to tap the screen to reactivate that panel. That's
right. So the password and ID is going to come up here. You got stuff up in the corner, and you're going to have all these menus show up when I tap the screen. Just so you can see there. That's what's going to happen whenever you have to tap the screen to initiate all those things. Okay.
Please keep in mind that the triangle, circle, square, and blue bar are all a part of TeamViewer, not a part of the tablet.
Yeah. I would move that down, but I've already set my
Yep. No, it's all good.
Yes. So if you want, I could just, well, no, it's okay. She just explained it. Just disregard these things down here. They are nothing. It means nothing. None of that ugly stuff. No, it's all part of just so we're able to show you. So none of that funky stuff there. All right. Okay. So what we have next is we're going to tap the screen, and just like on the iPad, it has a green share, so you can share the screen. Okay. And I'm going to go to that menu, and then there you go. So now I have that, and I can't move the top red. Sorry. Just because we have.
Can you just tell us what's underneath it? If you just tell us what's underneath it, that'll be good enough.
It's a surprise. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. All right. Never mind. Nobody can know. My bad.
The first thing is photo. Oh, and let me just clarify, just like Heather said, once I've tapped that, it's on screen and it does not go away. You know how the menu always goes away or whatever? It's not going away right now. It's staying there. It says photo, so I can screen share a photo, document. Now it says box, Dropbox, Google Drive, Microsoft OneDrive for Business, web URL, bookmark, screen, and share a whiteboard. So all of that. A few
different things than what the iPad had, which is an interesting thing to note, because you may be hosting a Zoom with somebody who has different options than you. So it's good to know why they're on a different device.
Just reiterate too, for everyone out there, this is the guest. I am a guest. I'm not hosting. There may be other functionality for a host. That's a different video. There you go.
Yep.
Thank you.
Oops, it's not what I meant. I meant to do that one. That's all right. It's fine. Just letting everybody know we're guest view by specific devices. Yep. Okay.
Okay. So now let's go to participants. Okay. I'm going to select the bottom part there, and I'm going to click on, oops, maybe I am, participants. There we go. So you saw it kind of, it slid over, didn't it? It kind of went like this way.
Yes.
So what that does is it opens up a whole nother window, and there's all kinds of parts here. So we're going to look at this. First of all, it tells me where I am, who I am, and then also who else is in here with me. Okay. And then it also tells me chats down here and invites down here. So a little bit different, right? I mean, this is more closer to an Android phone, I would say. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Chats and invite. Okay. We're not going to hit invite today, but chats, you can see it's the same thing that Heather did earlier. If I click on individually, like I'm going to click somewhere in this area, right in here along this line. Okay. When I click that, it'll allow me to chat with that individual. So I'm now chatting with that individual. Here is where I type in the chat. Okay. And it does the same thing. When I hit that, I can hit the little keyboard and it'll come up and I can start chatting and put in. I'm going to close that. It takes me back to this area. And if you look, it has all those same things she had, just in a different area this time. Raise hand. So I can raise hand and the host knows I raised my hand. The host can identify right up here with a hand. You can kind of see that hand drawn on there. Kind of cool, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That shows you the hand. And then the host can actually turn that off. So I can go up to, I'm going to play the host. Go ahead, Heather.
Oh, I just have to put this up here because this is how awesome our audience is. Mike says, Mark, Zoom's website indicates that Kindle Fire HD operating system is supported.
There you go. So I'm going to lower
Thank
the hand.
you.
You can see the hand go away. Yeah, absolutely. I love it. I love when they help participate and give answers. It's awesome. Just saves us from doing it, right? No. So I can still do all those things, and you can see on each person, you can see when that happens. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, up at the right-hand corner, I can see that those little icons are going next to your
Yeah.
name as you're
Camera
using them.
when
Mm-hmm.
I'm clicking them.
Yep,
Boom.
I see it.
And it is individual, so I can't put an X and a yes. I can't put a yes and a no.
Mhm.
It is individual, but it is a toggle, so I can turn it on and off. Now, like Heather explained on the iPad, we're going to click this more down here. Okay. So
And by click, we're tapping the screen where that icon is. That's what click means when we're doing a tablet or an iPad.
it's Heather has to correct me every time on that. So here we go.
There's no mouse click. Yeah.
That's right. It just adds these things. So now you can see like a thumbs up, thumbs down, clapping, coffee. I went for coffee, need a break. I've been drinking too much and needed break or whatever, that kind of thing or something, whatever. Use these indicators and teach your crowd the way it's most useful to you. So that's what I wanted to share on that. Now, to get off of this screen, you can see I can go up to close, and I'm almost positive I can swipe. I can move my arrow this way on screen. Well, what do you say? Tap and hold or whatever and slide. I'm going to try it. Okay, that didn't work. I have to hit close. I just wanted to see if it would work.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what we do. We tinker. So, okay. So, and the only other thing is it's the same as Heather. Go ahead. What you got?
Oh, I was just going to ask the one thing that I didn't see on here is what you're pointing the arrow to right there. So you have to tap the screen to make those come up, and then we see leave in the upper right corner, which is very different from the iPad.
Mm-hmm. I believe it was over here, wasn't it? Wasn't it over on this side?
Yeah,
if I
it was.
Correctly. I don't know.
Yeah, so you just have to remember these things. If you're going to host an event with people joining different devices, you have to be aware that when you say, go to the upper left, it's in the upper left. It's not. When you say go to the right, it's not. So.
Yep, exactly. All right. I think we're done with this device, right?
I think so. So we're going to move on to the next device, which I have no idea what that one is.
Let's add multiple people. We forgot it last time. We're going to forget it again. Let's do
all right. Okay, I lied. We're not going to go to the next device. We're going to add some multiple people.
All right, so I'm going to add in, let's do this. Let's go here, admit, and then we're going to go here, admit. All right, so these people are now in, but you really can't tell that. So it said when they came in, you kind of could see that on screen. It showed up like right here, like who was coming in. But I'm going to I'm going to move my screen over this way. So this dot gives me the, what is it? Gallery view, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to
So
slide
remember,
that.
on this tablet, we did not see a button to tap that told us speaker view or gallery view. We actually have to slide back and forth in order to get into those different views. And to be fair, it's single person view and then it is quad view on this device, because it does not then add multiple people. If we were to put all 6 of our devices in here, we'd have another dot get added.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Alrighty. Let's and I think it's only 4 per screen. I can add another person, but I think it's 4 per screen just to double check it. We're going to check.
That's what I was getting at. Yeah. See how, okay, I don't know if everybody saw that, but there was another dot added to the bottom. 3 dots are now 4 dots. And in order to see all the people, you have to slide once to see 4, then slide one more time to see anybody else after the 4. And it will be in order of those people that joined. Yep. So if you're the last person, you're on a slide all by yourself.
Yep. So if you can barely see this, but I'll try and let you, this square right here, the third one is it's the brightest one. And that's what screen,
we can see that.
Screen I'm on. And if you have 50 people in there, there's going to be 50 people in there. It's going to be 4 at a time though. Yeah.
So so 4 on each page. I would think of those dots as a page. Okay. I think that answered all of that, I think.
Okay.
All right. We're going to go ahead.
Go to, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on.
It's all right. You're safe. You can remove it now.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Let's go to.
So Michael's going to go ahead and prepare the next device, which I have no idea which one that is. So we're going to have a little bit of excitement when that one shows up. Woohoo. I do want to head back to these comments because some things were questioned, and I did want to wait until we had the break so I could give Michael a little bit of time here to get the next one going. So let's see. Yeah, so here's typical sliding on an iPhone with Zoom. So iPhone and Android tablets all have that sliding mechanism. You're going to use that sliding mechanism to get to the different ones. The iPad, whoops, sorry, wrong one. The iPad itself, as an iPad, it did not require that. It acted a little bit more like a desktop version in the sense that it just added the people and then made room for the next person as they came in. I've not been able to check and see just how limited that is. If it gets to a certain point and you won't see them all, I have no idea. But maybe we can test that next. That would be the next thing to tinker. We might need the community to join us so we have enough people in a Zoom to check that one out. But yeah, let's see. So this was the question I wanted to talk about. And I know Phil had to go, so he's not here to hear this, but he can watch the replay. Didn't Zoom implement a waiting room kind of thing so the bombings wouldn't happen? And I mean, he did get a yes from Andrew, so I know he got his answer, but I wanted to kind of talk about that a little bit. That although that is definitely a feature that's in place, and thank you, Zoom, for having the wherewithal to make it safer for those who don't have those features turned on, it still isn't something you want to share on screen, especially while you're live, which we are. So what else we got here? Let's see. I like this one. Mice for iPads, though. Too cute, too cute. All right, and let's see. I know that Michael is probably getting ready to do the, I'm just going to bring this up so everybody knows what we're working on, a Zoom guest view by device. And I think he's probably working on the Chromebook right now because he stepped away from his computer. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that's what he was turning on, if I'm right there.
Yeah, the only issue that I'm having here is that we don't have the team viewer set up on there.
So lovely. You know, Okay, so we can't hear you when you do that, when you get away from your desk and away from your microphone and just start talking, whatever, we can't hear you. But anyway, and I know he can hear me because he's got his headset on, so I can annoy him that way. But the fun part is with what we're trying to do with doing it live, we had a couple options, okay? So let's just randomly talk about this. We had a couple options. We could have done, there were reasons why we wanted to do it live. I won't go into those. But we knew we wanted to do it live so that way we could show you and you could ask those questions. I mean, that's the biggest reason for me, is to be able to have you ask those questions in case we miss something. But in order to do it live and be safe and show all these devices, it's a little complicated. So we did think maybe what we would do is set up multiple live streams and just end one after each device, go into the next one and start it again. But I was worried that you as the audience would have to jump around from video to video and then be lost during the process. So I really didn't want that to happen. I kind of wanted us to stay together. And that means you have to listen to me talk a little bit more than usual. All right, not more than usual, but just a little bit more than you probably want. And then Michael can do all of that stuff in the background. Hopefully, he's not too annoyed and has probably already removed his headset, to be honest, because I just keep yakking over here. But hopefully you haven't done that out there. But anyway. So Mert says in the order they joined is interesting. So this goes back to when I showed, or when Michael showed us on the tablet, the 4 dots as the 5th person came into the meeting room. It added a dot at the bottom, which gave us another window to slide to where we see the last person who joined. The reason why I know it's the last person who joined and that it's not going to bounce around like you may have seen if you've been in a Zoom Hangout before on desktop or whatever. The reason I know it doesn't bounce around is because we've done a few of these Zoom Hangouts for our Tinkering with Tech daily tips. And I'm on my phone and I'm having to swipe through on my phone to see everybody. And then someone else joined and then someone else turned off their camera. It didn't change the order of people. It just kept them all in the same order, which I thought was interesting because Zoom has this functionality that makes all of the people disappear or not disappear, sorry, but move around the screen as they turn their camera on or off, or, you know, different things take place, leave, come back in, that sort of stuff. So, right, it was when Michael was showing the tablet. Exactly. Andrew says, no, we don't. We have mute volume buttons, so you don't have to listen to me. That's true. But I can tell you were, because you heard that. You heard enough to answer me on that. Seems fine on my iPad Pro. What seems fine, Mike? Let me know what that's to.
Okay. I'm going to have to switch devices just so everybody knows. I mean, the Chromebook, for whatever reason, it will not accept it. It won't come on. So I'm sorry, but I'm just going to let you guys know that.
So we're not doing a Chromebook is what you're saying? Can I bring you on screen? Can I bring you on screen?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be...
We're going to do my phone. We're going to do my phone, but we're not going to do that. So just so you know.
Okay, so what you're saying is, although Chromebook is listed on our thing here, we're not getting to a Chromebook today. We'll have to do that in another video.
That's right.
Okay, so but right now you're going to switch to working on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
I will let you. Okay. I will let you do that. Let's see.
And Heather, point up in the corner where I'll put a card, and we'll have a video to that one. So that way that anybody that's watching this and you want to see a Chromebook, you know how you put like a little info card, yeah, up in one of those corners will be a I card that we will do.
So so when you're watching this in replay, because right now there isn't one. If you're watching this in replay in the future, which would be the present for you at that moment, there will be an I card right here, mm-hmm. that you can click that, and Michael will have put another video that shows the Chromebook, which we haven't made that video yet. So this is really in the future.
It is an older Chromebook, yes. Dear Mert says, yes, it is.
So it's an older Chromebook. Yepers.
All right.
Yepers.
Get all this set up.
Can I ask you a question while you're doing that, or is it going to mess you up?
No, please.
Is
please.
it is the Pixelbook and Chromebook, are they different? Like as far as how it would be viewed?
Ooh, wow. I could set up my Pixelbook real quick.
I'll be honest with you. I thought you were doing that. So
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I'm telling you, this has been the most complicated. We've been for almost 2 weeks now trying to show you this, guys. Honestly, this has been.
I am such a dummy.
No, you're not. I'm telling them, would you just shush and do what you're working on, and I'll explain it to them. This has been incredibly complicated. It took me a very long time to wrap my head around what my part of this was going to be, because there were screen sharings and all kinds of things that I didn't understand that I was going to have to do, because I couldn't make it work the way he was asking. And then came in TeamViewer, which I'm going to put another one of them cards up here in the future when this is in replay for the TeamViewer video that we did with Tinkering with Tech, because you really want to watch that if you ever want to show or work on or interact with someone else's device, either long distance, like say from Arizona to South Carolina, as we just did with him on my iPad. That was how he did that. He was controlling my iPad with TeamViewer and able to have it on his screen in a way that looked very different than if I would have screen shared my iPad. It would have been a totally different experience. So that was a really cool way to show you guys exactly what it looks like for a guest without having the screen sharing problems. You don't even realize you have these issues till you go to teach a video on it. So with all that said, I think we're ready.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Nope, we're not ready. I lied. Okay, so let's see. It makes sense to not have them bump around on a portable device. Would get a headache trying to keep up. Yep, that going back to the phone and tablet view of gallery view and people not bumping around and stuff. Order changes in meetings. For us, the rearranging when folk turn off camera on and off. Exactly right. Exactly right.
Ready.
Of course, I'm getting a phone call during this entire thing, so that's awesome. I'm just gonna go ahead and ignore that. I'm in a live video. You're gonna have to wait. Okay.
Probably somebody in the audience calling you.
No, it was a pretty important one. I'll have to take it later. But anyway, all right. Are you ready yet?
Yeah.
Because I got more comments. Oh, you are? Okay. All right. We'll get back to these. There was a comment there, but we'll get back to this.
Yeah, no problem. All right. So
ready?
Yeah. You should be seeing.
Good. I want to put you up on screen and deal with some. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Good. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Chipper just got me my Pixelbook, so we'll be able to do that in just momentarily.
Chipper, I'm sending you some biddies right now. Biddies for Chipper.
They're sending you biddies. Oh, Lord. That's crazy. Anyway, all right, so here we go. This is the mobile phone. This is what your mobile phone looks like. And then you can see all the menu stuff right here, okay? So we got all of the menu stuff down below, just as we did before, okay? You can see all that menu stuff. Kind of cool that you can see a lot of the same things. I mean, one thing I like about what Zoom does is like you still see the join audio with the headset with the green. You have the green share button that they stay consistent with that. Stop video. Okay, I actually have video on this, so that's what you're seeing there. That's why you see me down in the corner here when I show video. I will show you that here, down here. You can see that. So that's where that is. And when I hit the menu, it kind of pops up a little bit. You can see how that works. Kind of cool, huh? And like the iPhone devices and stuff, I'm not iPhone, but the iPad and the other tablet that we had, you can see up here the leave button. I wanted to give you a little distance there so you could kind of tell. Up here is
all right. I'm gonna ask you to pause for just a second, because at least on my end it is extremely pixelated, so I'm having a difficulty seeing all the details. I kind of want to see if anybody else has any thoughts on that. Thank you, Andrew, for handling that question. I just want to also make sure everybody understands this. We are currently doing Zoom guest view by device. That's all we're handling in this video. We're not answering questions about Zoom itself. We're just showing you the various views of what a guest sees by device. Okay.
Yep. Let's see if it fixes. If it does,
Yeah,
then
it is
we'll do a
blurry.
video. We can end this one and just do a pixel book and a phone in the next video or something.
And end this live stream. Is that what you're saying? Because something's happening on your end that everything is like shutting down over there.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So
Yep.
I think what we need to do is, like you said, end the video here and then look for a notification if you follow Michael on any of his various areas where the next video will be, because that's probably the best way.
Yeah. 100%.
I'm
Lots
getting,
of people out there. Looks okay here. Good for
yeah,
me.
I'm seeing that too. Yeah, I'm seeing that
Appreciate
too. I don't want to bail and have everybody get lost if we don't have
Yeah.
to. If we can just wait a minute, it would be nice if it would just res in.
Correct
On my
itself.
end, what I'm seeing is that like you are back to that video that you were doing before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's freezing and blurry on his throne. See, it's because you're on your throne. It's all Russ's fault. Look at this. He's watching on his phone and on his PC. It's all his fault. See, you're hogging too much bandwidth, Russ. Just kidding, everyone. Russ is a good friend. Just kidding. What do you want to do?
Well, let's just stop.
Oh, wait.
Let's stop. It's an hour-long video, so what?
Yeah, okay, your choice. It just I thought it
Is it good or no? It's not, it is, it's not, it is, whatever.
You're blurry on your throne, man. I just don't want you to be blurry on your throne. That's all I'm saying.
Well, let's just create a second one. This is coming up on an hour now anyway.
All right, so stay tuned for part 2. Stick around.
That's right. You can always if you're watching on Twitch or you're watching on YouTube or you're watching on Facebook, any one of those places, because that's where I'm streaming out to, I'll do the same thing in the next one. So there you go.
So it's also Rich's fault. Got it.
Go ahead and put that put your screen up again. Show everybody what
I will do that. Yes. Why don't I go ahead and do that? So we are handling the Zoom guest view by device. So far, we've handled the iPad and the tablet. And we're about to show you the mobile phone, but everything got a little hazy. So we're going to go ahead and end this video and we'll start a new one, right?
Yep, absolutely. All righty. Thank you, folks. Appreciate you. And let me end it.